Hi everyone, this is William from the Headphone Experience, and I'm here tonight with my first impressions of the Erzetich Phobos. This is sort of the big brother of the Erzetich Mania that I reviewed a couple days ago. Well, not really reviewed, my first impressions of that too. They are both made in Slovenia. This headphone currently sells for 1,999 euros, which works out to, at today's exchange rate, to $2,224. And in the US, you can currently get this at onsongaudio.com for $21.99. Unlike the Mania, which is a dynamic driver design, this is a planar magnetic driver. And this is a full open back design. These headphones have an impedance of 45 ohms. They're relatively easy to drive. The construction, you've got ear cups that are made of lindenwood, the same as the Mania. And as you can see, they swivel up and down, they swivel front to back. They have an adjustment knob on the side to adjust the height of the ear cups, sort of a spring metal band. The ear pads are made of a synthetic leather, and I believe it appears that Erzetich takes pride in the fact that no animals are killed to make their headphones. The ear pads, though, are very soft, and they're pretty thick. They've got a large opening on the inside, and this is a large headphone. I'll show you in a minute what I mean about that. In fact, I'll go ahead now. I'll give you a comparison on these. These, I didn't know it at the time until I got them. They look pretty much identical to the Mania by Erzetich, but they are quite a bit larger. And to give you a size comparison here, I'll show you the Hi-Fi Man Sandara. Try to get these lined up here so you get an idea. Quite a bit larger. I would say the Mania is closer to the Sandara in size. And according to Erzetich, these weigh in at 690 grams, which I confirmed with my kitchen scale. They measured 689 on my scale. And to give you a comparison, the Hi-Fi Man Sandara weighed in at 382 grams, a little over half as much. This is a large headphone. It's a heavy headphone, but to be honest, when I'm wearing these headphones, they really don't feel that heavy. They feel heavy in my hand, but when I put them on my head, the weight just kind of goes away. Like I said, the ear pads are very soft and thick, and it's really a comfortable headphone. And as you can see, very large. But I've worn these for, probably an hour at a time, and they haven't got uncomfortable at all. They don't feel heavy on my head, they don't feel heavy on my neck, but I will be honest, heavy headphones really don't bother me that much. It seems like clamping pressure is more of an issue to me. A headphone that clamps too hard will get uncomfortable before a really heavy headphone will. There is really not a front or back to these headphones. You can use the name on top to keep it straight. The ear pads are not tapered, so it doesn't matter front or back. The cable connection is right centered on the bottom, so it doesn't angle forward or anything, so that doesn't really matter. So there really isn't a front or back. The cable that comes with these has a sleeve on the right channel in red, so you can't keep it straight. So you just plug it in whichever way you want, and then just keep the red sleeve on the right side. And then you got your right and left and don't have to worry about that. The cable itself is about 6.5 feet long, or about 2 meters. It has your standard 1/4 inch plug at your amp end, or 6.3 millimeter. And at the headphone end, you've got your 4-pin mini XLR connections, which are the same as Kennerton. I did try a Kennerton cable on it, and it works just fine. So this being a single-ended cable, I wasn't able to use this headphone out of the balanced output of my Audio GD Master 9, but I did try the Kennerton cable. It works fine, and I was able to listen to these from the balanced output. Getting into the sound a little bit. I've had these about a week and a half, and to be honest, I really haven't put a whole lot of time in on them yet. Maybe 4 or 5 hours, but I'll give you an idea where I think they are sound-wise. The first thing that stood out to me is this is a very neutral headphone. I don't hear any emphasis in the bass or the treble. I don't hear any roll-off at each end. I don't hear any peaks or valleys. I would say pretty much just dead neutral. They do have good extension on both ends though. Goes pretty deep into the sub bass, goes pretty high into the treble. I don't hear any roll off at all. Another thing that really stands out about these headphones is they have exceptional clarity and detail. I mean, they rank up there with the highest of any headphones I've listened to or reviewed so far. I mean, the clarity and detail is really outstanding on these. Just really digs in. These things really pull out every little detail of the music you're listening to. But yet, they can sound a little analytical on less than perfect recordings, or, what I should say is on poor recordings, If a recording isn't done well, these will reveal that. But on good recordings, you're going to get every last detail with these. The imaging, the imaging and the separation are excellent with these. Everything is in its own location. All the instruments are separate from each other. Nothing really blurs together. It's very easy to locate each sound where it's coming from. Like I said, the instruments just no blurring it all together. The sound stage, I would say, is very large on these. Possibly the largest sound stage I've heard of any headphones so far. I think first place was probably the Hi-Fi Man Aria in that category. And I don't have the Aria here right now to compare them directly, but I would say the sound stage is probably as large or possibly even larger than the Aria on this headphone, both in width and height and depth. And in fact, not only do these have a large sound stage, but they have very good layering. It's not just a, center, left and right sound. I mean, the sound is in multiple layers, and I hear instruments at different distances from me, and in that respect they actually remind me a lot of the Kennerton Thrower, which has exceptional layering to the sound. So basically, the way I would describe this headphone is big. This is a big headphone. It looks big, it feels big, and it sounds big. I mean, when I put these on, this is probably the most open, spacious sounding headphone I've heard. I mean, like I said, just a huge sound stage, and some headphones I've heard sound sort of claustrophobic and everything is real close in. These are just the opposite. I mean, I feel like I'm in a big concert hall or something and just hear things way off in the distance from all the way around. I never feel closed in or claustrophobic with these. So just a big sounding headphone. And I'm really enjoying this so far. So I hope over the next 2 to 3 weeks to get a lot more time in on these, and I should be able to come back with a part 2 to my video and get more detailed into the sound. Also, the same thing with the Mania that I did my first impressions on a couple days ago. I'm hoping in a couple weeks to come back with a part 2 to that video and give a more detailed description of the sound of those. The two headphones, they look alike. These are larger than the Mania, and both really good sounding headphones, but in different ways. The Mania is a little more V-shaped. These are a little more neutral. These definitely have a bigger sound stage. The Manias, even though they're very detailed, these are even more so. But anyway, I'll get more into that in a couple weeks. Also, I'm hoping before that to get a part 2 out to my video of the Fisher Audio M12S and the Kennerton Magni, which is another headphone I really like. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up now. I will be back with you as soon as possible with some more reviews. And once again, this is William from the Headphone Experience. If this video helped you in any way to make your decision on a headphone, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you're all welcome to join us over at the Headphone Experience on Facebook. Thank you.